when I exposed Marco for not being able to trade, for not sending signals, and when he does send signals, it goes wrong, for having employees that is teaching the people and sending signals to them. Can you guys remember how Marco used to attack me? We're gonna call him home.
Yeah.
Marco Grassini, how are you doing, sir?
Good.
You are live on the Riddle Forex Fix Show. Can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
So wat gaat aan, my bro? Why are you denying these things, my bro?
What things?
That came out. Look, it's not that it actually came out now, because when I made a video and I let people know that you employed Ellie and Ellie does your mentorship and Ellie sends your signals, you were fighting me on it, my bro Marco. Why were you fighting me?
Everybody knew that, right? Or listen, just give me a chance here. Everybody already knew that, bro.
They
Last year
didn't.
already, I said I wanted to cancel my mentorship. Last year already, people asked me to continue it. Last year already, I said I wanted to cancel my mentorship.
But
I didn't want to do mentorship. I told Ali so many times I don't want to do mentorship.
like
I said it over and over again. I do not want to teach. I do not want to teach. Hence, I stopped going to classes. You get me? I said I do not want to teach. You can go and get your information from her. She'll tell you the same thing. I said over and over and over again, I do not want to teach.
Okay, now can I ask you something, Marco?
That's why hence I brought Ellie and Michael in. I didn't want to teach.
Okay, now can I ask you something, Marco? Okay, look, I appreciate you coming on. You know, I'm not gonna be disrespectful or anything like that, but I just wanted to ask, right? If you were so adamant on not teaching, why, number one, did business run through your business profile, and then number two, why did the money come to you, and then number three, why when I exposed that Mike and Ellie was working for you, you weren't doing anything, you weren't sending signals, you weren't attending to classes, why were you fighting me on it at that time?
No. I wasn't fighting you. What I'm saying is, right, that your first question, right? Your first question. So basically, the situation was as follows, right? We agreed that I would use my page as a marketing tactic, right? I would use my page as a marketing tactic, right? And it would go through SMG because everybody knew SMG, and whether Ali opened up something or Mike opened up something, they weren't recognized. So we would use me as a marketing tool. Alright, and if you don't believe me, you can go to Ellie and ask her. We agreed on this. I can show you conversations. We agreed on this. I said, listen, that's fine. Let's run with that. You understand? You guys will teach. I will market. You will send me screenshots. I will post them on my Instagram. We will get students in. That was the plan. You get me? That was the plan. So since last year, I wasn't giving signals. And I even said over and over and over again, I'm not the one giving signals. When people hit me up and said, listen, Marco, why did the SL hit? I was like, please contact Ali. Marco, I don't understand your signals. People knew that I always said, listen, contact Ali, because I was not the one giving the signals.
Okay, now, Marco, what?
And regarding the money wasn't just coming to me. Me and Ali were doing a 60-40 split.
No,
Michael was getting 6,500 rand. Me and Ali were taking 25,000 rand as a salary, and every 6 months we were splitting 60-40.
Okay, now I understand that, right? But I wanted to ask you this, right? So you said that you didn't want to send signals and mentorship, right?
No, not at all.
Now,
I said it over and over and over.
okay, now, to me, it just doesn't make sense that you would say that, but then you have a scalping group right now, and then to top it all off, you are still upselling. You are still upselling in that scalping group, because here is proof of someone that paid 3.7 for a few videos and one Zoom session, and he was under the impression that he was going to pay for a one-on-one. So when it comes to the stuff that these people are paying for, what are they paying for? What are they paying for?
It wasn't a one-on-one. It is a strategy, right? Well, there are multiple strategies. It's about 5 strategies, right? And these strategies, right, are basically strategies that help you with entries to get into a market, right? I've got a 330 strategy that works. Seriously, it works, all right? I can show it to you. We can test it over 5-6 days, and you will see that there are results there, right?
Marco?
The reason, hold on, let me talk, right? The reason I started the scalping strategy, right, was because it was an easier way, right, to allow people to understand that, listen, you don't need to go through a whole mentorship. You know, you don't need to do all of this. You don't need to do all of that. What you need is an edge, right? Which is basically what I came up with, an edge. And I mean, nobody's putting a gun to a person's head and saying, listen, you must take the scalping strategy, right? If you want a mentorship, you can go to Michael, you can go to Eddie. You get me? But what I'm saying is that if you've learned and you've taken the mentorship and you've got the basic knowledge, you can use the scalping strategy and it can be profitable. 100%, it can be profitable.
Okay, Marco, we weren't doubting, or wasn't doubting the profitability of it. I'm just doubting the validity of your claims where you said you don't want to teach, because when you say you don't want to teach and you don't want to send signals and you're constantly being caught out with newer stuff, then that kind of defeats you trying to say, oh, but I don't want to teach people, I don't want to share. No, it does, because if you are saying you don't want to teach people and you don't want to mentor people, then what you are doing right now with the scalping group, where you are upselling a service, another service by the way, then that defeats what you're trying to say, my brother.
But it's not, no, but listen, it's not the same thing, because you must remember that this is once a week for 2 hours. I don't mind doing that. After 8 every Friday, I don't mind doing that, right? With the mentorship, it was 3 times a week. I did not have the time for that. I did not have the time. Hence, I don't have a signal group. But that I can't give signals. I was giving signals before, Andy. You understand? What I'm saying is that I stopped giving the signals because I didn't have the time to do signals. I didn't have the time every day to send out a signal. I'm sorry, I don't have the patience for that.
Okay,
Yes.
and
Michael in. Michael couldn't do it, and Ellie continued. She was okay doing that.
okay, no, I understand that. You know, it's just a little bit funny that you say that you didn't have time to do it, but when you were texting and responding to me now, you said that you don't have time for this or me, and yeah.
100%. No. It's.
But you have time to do a scalping strategy, Marco.
Like I said, it's a 2-hour session on a Friday after 8. It's 2 hours.
Okay.
You get me? You're not getting this. It's
No,
2
I'm
hours.
I'm fully understanding, but I think you aren't getting that. I'm just not buying into the cuck, my bro.
No, whether you buy into it or don't, I mean, it's neither here nor there, just like you say, you get me? What I'm trying to tell you is it's factual that, listen, people who take the scalping strategy know that we go from 8 till 10. I have that time to give. I never once said this was a one-on-one. I never once said, right?
No, the scalping isn't one-on-one. The scalping is also a service on its own. That 3-7 was the one-on-one. And also, someone here in the comment section is telling you, and someone here in the comment section, I don't...
Is the scalping strategy. That is the price of the scalping strategy. It's always been the price of the scalping strategy. Even when Ali was with the mentorship, we always had it at 3750. That was the price for the scalping strategy. It never changed.
Are you regulated to take money to do these things, Marco?
No.
Marco, you know I love you, my bro, but you had time, Aya. Why didn't you fix it? We've been arguing for this for the longest of time, bro. You know, even here in the comment section.
I'm with JP Markets, and I signed something, and whatever, you get me. But at the end of the day, you know, the guy that I'm working with, who claims that everything is fine, you know, we supervise you, blah blah blah.
It's not fine.
There was a whole something. I just signed something, and they told me, you're under us now. We supervise you, blah 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 blah. You can even give signals now, you know. And I was just like, okay, cool. So
Marco, I can tell you now, bruh. Seeing how veracity markets fucked up, I can tell you now, go and check up on that deal, bruh. You don't want to get caught like in the cuck. You don't. So go and check up on that deal. If your juristic rep, a whole different set of rules apply to you, which I'm guessing you are. So make sure that on your end, my bro Marco, you have everything sorted so that you can continue. Because if it's not gonna happen, on my end, you already know I'm gonna continue making the videos. But at some point, it's gonna get to a point where it's not just about videos anymore. The law is gonna step in.
But the thing is that you must remember that what you continue to bring to the surface, everybody knows about.
But Marco, that was my very first.
The videos that you're gonna make, right, have already surfaced.
It didn't, look, Marco. When I said that first time that I exposed you when you let go of that first set of employees, and I exposed you for the fact that Ellie is underpaid. You first paid Ellie just 5K. There's proof of that. And when I said that you don't send the signals yourself, you don't do the mentor. Marco, I'm giving you time to speak, my bro. Can I finish speaking, please? Yes. So when I expose these things that you aren't doing the mentorship, you aren't giving the signals, and by your own admission, there came a point where you told them you don't also want to be involved with that stuff. Why, when I exposed it, you were fighting me on it, my friend?
Why was I fighting? Because you didn't have your facts. You must remember, like you're saying now.
Now, how can I not have my facts?
Stop. I feel like one thing I'm going to tell you right away. Listen carefully. One thing I'm going to tell you carefully. Listen carefully. One thing I'm going to tell you is that I feel like you really don't get your facts straight. You just go on people's word, and that's okay. What I'm saying is you just go.
Marco, they will proof for that, my bro. And by your own admission, you just now said you don't want to send these things. You don't want to send signals. You don't want to do the mentorship. But why, when I said it, you had a problem?
No, but what I'm saying is, why don't you like say all of this yesterday? Why don't you come to me before you put out the video? Not that the video is an issue. What I'm saying is that why?
But Marco,
why don't you get nice out of the story? You didn't do that.
But Marco.
That's unfair.
But Marco.
Yeah.
You know I have proof. You know I can prove that long before the video was published, I phoned you. You know that. Did I not phone you yesterday? Did I not? You are saying that I never phoned you. I'm not letting you know of these things so that I can get the truth from you. Did I not phone you yesterday before publication?
Right, or there was a missed call. You never communicated anything.
I phoned you, Marco. I phoned you. It rang so long for me to be able to take a screenshot, Aya.
What I'm saying is, you could have just said, listen, bro, what's the situation here? We talk, bro. It's not like we don't talk.
No, I know. That is why I phoned you.
About my life. Even when you don't ask about it, I still tell you about it. You get me? I still tell you what I'm doing. I still tell you how things are. I still, congratulate you when I see a nice video out there. You get me? We talk. So I don't see why you couldn't just come to me and be like, listen, bro, I'm hearing this. What's going on? I would have given you my side of the story. Then you could conclude and go ahead with your video. At least you would have had.
But Marco, didn't I attempt to do that before I even sat down for recording, before anything was published? I phoned you. I tried to get you on the phone to get your side. Like, the evidence is here, my bro. You know this.
I get that. But what I'm saying is you could have, concluded instead of just, going with a missed call, you could have at least stated in a message, listen, bruh, hit me up, I need to talk to you. Or what's going on at something on Michael's status, I would have called you back. All I'm seeing is a missed call. I've seen a missed call before and nothing happened. You hear me?
Okay.
You missed called me and nothing happened. What I'm saying is that just because I see a missed call, it doesn't mean anything. But if you were asking questions, or if you had stated in a message that, listen, brah, call me, I need to talk to you, I need to get your side of the story, I would have called you. Oh, 100% I would have called you.
No, I completely understand. Marco, I want to say thank you for answering and for being willing to give your side of the story. Unfortunately, I have to spot now. Should anything arise again, I will call you.
100%. And if I don't answer, send a message.
Okay. Cheers, Marco.
Perfect.